Hey, what's going on, everybody? J. Scott Helms here. Today we're going to talk about the line of medicine balls that Amazon offers through their Amazon Basics line. I've got a few of them here. I have a brand new one in a box. We'll open it up and I'll let you see how it shows up. We'll cover all the details and talk about some of the reviews, and then we'll decide if it's worth spending a few bucks on. Okay, you ready? Medicine balls. If you've ever looked around, if you're familiar with them, you've seen them probably everywhere. Dick's Sporting Goods has them, your gym has them, the boutique club you go to has them. I've seen them used in Pilates, even a little bit in yoga, which was kind of weird. Anyway, you can find these things at Walmart, anywhere that sells sporting equipment, usually have some sort of version of it. And the one thing you can notice, or you will notice pretty quick, is they can be pricey for what they are. For the most part, they're kind of like a basketball. Now, this is a small 6-pounder here, but it is one of the Amazon. But if you're not familiar with them, think basketball with a bit of texture on them, a little bit more than a basketball might have. But what they are is a weighted rubber ball. There's no filling, no air, so there's no sand in them. You don't inflate them. The weight of the rubber is what gives them their, in this case, 6-pound weight. So these from Amazon, and there's lots of different ones out there, different shapes. Some have multiple textures. This particular one, this whole line of them, has the same texture all the way around. And I don't know if you can really see it with the camera there, but it's kind of a star-shaped pattern. Anyway, these are hard rubber, like I said, no filling. And the grip on them is actually pretty good. It's not overly aggressive, but it's enough to keep you from dropping it, even if you're a little sweaty. So now Amazon offers these in about 10 sizes. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 18, and 20 pounds. And the prices range on the low end. The 4-pounder starts at $22, and the 20-pound is like $46 or $47. So not too bad. Now, if you've ever looked at these on their website, some of the reviews are pretty bad. But if you read those reviews, it's because people are using these medicine balls as slam balls. So a lot of the reviews will say they've cracked open, or they split, or they just didn't work the way they were supposed to. They're not designed to be used like a slam ball. These are rubber, so they do have a little bit of bounce to them. Not a lot, but enough that if you were to slam this on the ground from up overhead, one of two things is going to happen. It's either going to bust open, or two, you're going to be writing your negative Amazon review with a glass full of teeth sitting beside your keyboard. These will bounce. They're designed to be used by yourself, to be tossed up against a wall, or with a partner, back and forth. And they have lots of applications, and we'll get into that a little bit later. So, if you decide to get yourself one of these, they're great on multiple levels. Number one, you got a small space, kind of like I do here. It's a good piece of equipment to add that doesn't really take up any room. Again, they offer them in a dozen sizes or so. You can always pick up a couple of them, start with one, get another. These are great if you do a lot of body weight workouts. You can add some weight without adding a lot of gear. They're good for things like core strength, for rehab, or if you've got a shoulder injury you're working on, or maybe you had surgery, maybe you're trying to ease back into the dumbbells or the free weights, this can be a good way to go. Of course, a weight that more suits you. These are also good for strength training. Think about doing crunches and doing Russian twists where you're moving them back and forth. They're really going to work your core, your lats, your lower back. And these are also good, medicine balls in general are good for working out in multiple planes at the same time. Most of the exercises we do typically are in one plane. So think bicep curl, where you're in your sagittal plane, you're just kind of in a static position. Lunges, kind of the same way. With a medicine ball, you can add a little bit of weight, and you can work with a twist overhead while you squat. I mean, you can do several different planes of motion at the same time. So having said this, I will give you a look at a couple of the other ones, and we're going to open one up that's in a box. It's fresh, not sweaty, no fingerprints all over it. So here's the 6 I was showing you. All right, we also got the 8, which is something else in case I didn't say it. Notice they're color coded. 8's red, yellow was the 6 pound. So think kettlebells. They have a different color for every weight, so you can kind of tell them apart at a distance. Here's your 12. Looks like a damn pumpkin. All right, so let me move this camera. I'll get the box out, we'll cut one open and take a look at it. All right, hold on. All right, so as I said, we're going to cut one open and take a look at it. This is a brand new one in the box here. This is how it shows up from Amazon. This particular one is a 4-pound medicine ball. So we'll cut it open and you can get a look at how they pack them and how they show up. All right. All right, so what we got inside, ball wrapped in plastic. I guess you can probably see it. By the way, the box survived shipping pretty good. No holes, no busted anything. Then we got it in the bag. There it is. Isn't that adorable? 4 pounds. So this one, as I said, they're all color coded. This one's green, obviously. Unless you're colorblind. This one's purple. Just kidding, just kidding. It's green. So by comparison, here's your 4-pounder. Let me grab one of the others. I wasn't prepared. I'm working off script here. So on the big end of the scale, that's the 20, and there's the 4. All right. Give you a little idea of the different size on these, and I believe they do give you some measurements on the write-up on the website. I will put links down below, and when you click over, it lets you select the size, so you can see all of them from the same page. So 24. Here's the 12 we were looking at. The great pumpkin there. All right. Roll those out of the way. So that's all right. There's you a 6 and an 8. So now I have a 10-pounder, but it's pretty beat up, and I don't have it in here. But the 10-pounder is pretty close to the size of a basketball. So the 8's a little bit smaller, and obviously it goes on down. And then the 12 is just a touch bigger than a basketball. And again, like I said, the rubber that they're made of is what gives them the weight. When you look at these, and I'll try to show you this up close, but it does have the little, well, I say that, and then I don't see it on this one. But some of them do have the little plug. I don't know if you can see it. Like you would see on a basketball where you would inflate it. These do not require any air. They don't require anything. Their weight is built into them. It's part of the rubber that they're made out of. All right, so that's what they look like. Let me readjust the camera, and I'll try to juggle these a little bit. Okay, don't be too disappointed. I'm not going to juggle these things. This is the 4-pounder we just opened up. So again, color coded, green. So a couple of other things these are good for that I didn't mention earlier. If you want to work on your balance, these are a great way to add something in where you might be doing body weight workouts or doing some sort of workout where you're working with balance. These can help with that quite a bit. If you're new to working out or you're just getting started and you're doing, say, stretching exercises, maybe something to build yourself up to get to weightlifting or running, whatever your choice is, adding something like medicine balls that don't take up much space can help you ramp up a little bit before you jump off the deep end and really jump into the program you're wanting to work on. I did mention they were good for rehab and working in multiple planes at the same time. Let's see if I can get in there and let you see the texture on these a little bit. I don't know if it will. There we go. Gives you an idea of what this looks like. So brand new out of the box, I should mention this. It's a little bit slick. Wow, what happened there? Hi, welcome back. Brand new out of the box. They're a little bit slick. They have like a silicone spray kind of feel to them, but that's easily remedied with some dish soap and hot water. Towel them off, scrub them down a little bit. If you go and read reviews on these on the website, and as I said, I will put links down below, there's a lot of negative, and it's because people are breaking them and busting them, using them like slam balls, but they also talk about the grip not being great. It's too slick. But as I said, there's a little bit of a coating that comes on them, and if you take 5 or 10 minutes to take some hot water, some dish soap, or even some hand soap, and scrub that little coating off there, you can actually feel it when you let go of it. And you can see that it's a little bit shiny, right? So by comparison, this is my 8-pound, and it's nowhere near as slick. Now it might still look a little shiny because of my lights, but it doesn't have that sheen to it like the other one does. It does clean off pretty easy. All right, so for the money, these are actually pretty good. I have 2 other brands. I have a couple of Nike medicine balls that are great. There's nothing wrong with them, but I paid about $10 more for the same 10-pounder that Amazon sells. I also have one, it's a CDI, and I bought it at Academy Sports and Outdoors a couple years ago. It's a 15-pounder, and it's actually not that great, and it was more expensive. It has some bare spots, so you only have texture on certain parts of the ball. These have texture all the way around. For the money, I think they're great. If you use them for what they're supposed to be for, which is just weight training, resistance training, they're fine. If you take them outside and start slamming them on the pavement, like I said, they're going to bounce, and you're going to catch one in the face or in the downstairs, and you don't want that. Or they're going to split and bust, and you're out $20 or $30. But all in all, I think they're great. Again, read through the reviews and see what people say, see what they think of them. But chances are the negative ones you'll find are because they were misused. All in all, though, I don't think you can go wrong for the price, especially if you're looking to add a couple in the middle weights where you're around $30, $34. It's a pretty good deal. You can even compare them to other ones on their website, and a lot of times they're a little bit cheaper, $5 to $10, especially as the weight goes up. They get more and more expensive. Also, too, I don't have any wall balls because I don't have anywhere to use them, but these really shouldn't be used as a wall ball either. Wall balls are the foam padded or cotton padded balls that you throw up high and bounce off the wall. They don't really bounce, I guess, but they come out. If you start bouncing these off the wall, they're going to leave dents in your drywall. They'll definitely knock a window out. But yeah, I don't have much more on these. If you have any questions, post them down below. I will put links to these down below, and I will also put a couple of links to a list of exercises you can do with them and a couple of different workouts. There's some really good stuff out there. Tons of videos here on YouTube on how to use these and how to incorporate them into workouts you're already doing and how to kick up a workout that you're already doing. I know I mentioned that a lot, but that's a great way to either bust through a plateau or change up your routine to keep it interesting. And I do stuff like that all the time. Something simple like this, or the 4-pounder for $22. Granted, yes, that's a little bit light, but it still adds a little bit of a challenge when you're talking about twisting or rotating, working on balance where you might be doing something one-handed. I'm not a tall guy and I can palm this, so makes me feel good anyway. So if you have any questions, any comments, put them down below. I'm happy to answer them. Do me a favor, and if you got something out of the video, if you enjoyed it, please click the like button, give it the old thumbs up, and please subscribe. I really appreciate it. It really helps out my channel. Doesn't cost you a dime, and if you hit the notifications, every time I put one of these shenanigan-laced videos up, it'll let you know it's there. All right, so until next time, go check these out. Let me know what you think. Post down below, comment down below, and I'll talk to you again in a couple days. All right, see ya.